Hey, great Saturday morning. It is a beautiful morning in the city of Brownsville, Texas.
Morning, morning, Sam. Long time no see, bro.
No, oye.
What, you got a mute?
Oh, lo están regañando. Can't hear you. Still can't hear you.
Check your volume or your mic.
No te oyes. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This morning, I am going to have banana nut bread. That is my plan.
Banana bread.
Banana nut bread.
Mm.
Now I can hear you.
You can?
Yeah, now I can.
Now we can hear you.
What was
Cool.
wrong?
I don't know. It's because I had recently cleaned the computer and it just threw it.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you've got a 1999 computer. Now you're gone again.
Get an iPad or Apple. What's it called? Apple
Yeah,
PC,
Mac,
personal
a Mac.
computer or desk computer.
A Mac is always better. I still can't hear you, Sam. You're off again. Nada. Good morning. No se te oye nada. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Now, hermano Erasmo, saludos desde Cancún, México.
Hoy.
Venimos a la boda de mi hija. Luis, Andrés, brother, me hubiera invitado. Yo hubiera ido con ustedes. I would have gone.
Sí, estás descuidando mucho tus ovejitas aquí. Se están revelando. Necesitamos ir a quebrar piernas. We need to go to break some legs, bro.
Ya tienen todas las piernas
La pierna
quebradas.
que.
Tienen las piernas quebradas,
Yeah,
las
mute to
manos.
it.
Yeah, nothing works for them.
No.
Tienen cauterizada la conciencia mis ovejas aquí en Bronzeville, Texas.
Yeah, tomate base y no, hombre, para estarlas
No,
cuidando hasta carajo, bro.
están pesadas.
Yeah.
I can't hear you again. Sam,
That's a tough job, bro. Being a pastor,
huh?
tough job.
It's not easy being the
Not
best.
easy, pastor.
It's not easy being the best pastor in being the best pastor in
And then you're
Texas, and
spending your kingdom all the way to Cancun.
I'm trying.
No, Cancun no es Puerto Vallarta.
Puerto Vallarta.
Oh my goodness. From the east to the west, to the south
Good
to the north.
morning. A shoot. A good. Oh,
Hey,
it was
is that a song about that?
what?
No, the country song?
No,
No?
doesn't exist. But one of the things that I I told folks I was in Puerto Vallarta last week, and I visited the church, and so I got an Uber. I think it was an Uber to take me to the church building, and I get there, and it was just a house. Go like, oh, so and that's okay. A lot of our churches down in Mexico and actually throughout Latin America, they worship at homes, or because of la facilidad de obtener Infonavit. A lot of people just get that Infonavit house. Now we can hear you.
Now we can hear him.
A lot of people get the Infonavit house, and they make that into their worship area. So it's just just the circumstances of how things are. Not everyone could go out there and afford a church building, and you don't need a church building to worship. You could worship anywhere you want. Under a tree. I mean, a lot of the churches here in Matamoros, they actually started uh, under a tree. El mezquital, mucho de
Some
la,
people just pull up some chairs to that cross by Paredes.
yeah,
Yeah.
no comment. But what happens, Sam, is like this past Sunday, I went to Puerto Vallarta, so I
Uh-huh.
went to church, and
Oh yeah, that one in the house.
yeah, and let me tell you, was there was only the family there, and
Yeah, I saw how full of spirit he was. He was so like on the picture.
yeah,
He was so motivated.
it's amazing. But you know what?
But
And
it's funny because all those pictures you take, they're all look the same. From all the places you go, they're like,
well, they're all about me, so they're gonna be about the same. Oye, pero then this a lady comes in mid class in the morning, and I'm going like, oh, somebody else came in, and she and eh, after a short service, she goes, yo sé quién es usted. Yo lo vi en San Cristóbal de las Casas en diciembre. I go like, yeah, that was me. She goes, you preach amazing. I go, yeah, I know. She said,
Yeah,
oh,
Maybe she's stalking you, bro.
no,
she
she
was,
said that.
she was being nice.
No, no.
Being
Let me.
polite.
No, again, I can recognize when I give an amazing sermon, a great class, or when I stink. And allá en San Cristóbal de las Casas, man, I let him have it. It was like amazing. A great class. Number, a lot of people were crying and stuff. They were all
It
into it,
was
man.
one of those like one in a million type of deals.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, 100%. But it was great. No, but like recently here at church, the last two classes that I've given have been amazing. Great classes. If you understand like a little bit of biblical principle, you're catching on. But other people going like, "What's he talking about?" Going like, "How could you not know what I'm talking about?" We're talking about Naaman in Segunda de Reyes, capítulo 5. And the first class, what it was focused on is on talking on those things that you don't totally put the focus on because you're so focused on what happened. Sam doesn't have a clue what Segunda de Reyes capítulo 5 is about. And that's despite the fact that he went to church like all his life. But so that, a ver si se acuerda, habla de Eliseo y Naaman. You remember Naaman?
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
Oh my Lord.
¿Qué te enseñó el monaguillo?
Oye, ¿qué te enseñó tu primo? ¿No era tu pastor?
El past.
No soy nada.
It talks about Naaman, el general de Siria que tenía lepra, que lo mandaron zambullirse 7 veces al río Jordán.
Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't have no clue.
I remember that part. I just don't remember the whole Naaman
story.
part. I remember the person was sent over there to get cleared from the lepra stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember. But anyway,
There you go.
I'm not completely blaming Slam, although I've already told him to come back to church, pero no quiere el perro. Pero I'm blaming. You always blame the pastor, and his pastor was his cousin.
El
No, y luego
monaguillo.
peor. Y luego empezó a ir allá con Benjamín.
Sí, los de ahorita los que tienes ahí están peor.
Let me tell you.
No, tú, o sea,
¿Cómo
Sí.
estarán los de antes?
entre más se va, menos monaguillos tiene.
I thank God. Actually, I
Se
think
va y luego ya los monaguillos que son.
Wajes. I actually, I think I've already lost 2 of them, and I'm going like,
I think you lost more than that.
well, it's trippy because I don't know if that, Sam, I'm very cut forward. They haven't realized that I don't care. It's like, si me dejan a mí solo con uno o dos monaguillos, I'm good. That's all I need. I don't need 1,000 monaguillos. But uno like, oh, ¿se va a qué? Like, well, we're not gonna go. Like, more power to you. Don't let the door hit you in the ass. Adios. Next. Let's wait for somebody else to come in. But no, so the last 2 classes were amazing. And we focused on the little girl, el testimonio de la niña, how, she went out there and had character. Quería el bien, confiaba en Jehová, confiaba en el profeta. And then the second one was also great, but you had to understand that what we're talking about is que Naaman, being that he was this high-ranking general, politician, would hide la lepra. He would hide la lepra that because it's not something that you go out there showing everyone behind fancy clothes and all this military armor, that could hide it but could never take it away. So it was a great class. And the third one, which I'm going to give tomorrow, Sam, in case you want to go tomorrow night.
You're waiting on a response?
Tomorrow night, we're going to try and talk about la buena tierra. La buena tierra. La buena tierra. But because you have no clue what I'm talking about, but that's okay. But if you go on Sunday, it'll be a good class. I'm hoping.
But doesn't Linda last in Facebook?
The thing is that back then, like they could give like awesome classes and everything, but since you knew the person and how they really were, it meant nothing. It had no weight.
Well,
So
Yeah,
Like yeah, like I read stories and everything, and I read Bible, and I whatever like I understood, that's what I kept. Pero whenever you like, that's why I say no tenga la mirada en el hombre, just keep it in God.
well,
And
you
that's what I did.
well, you
And
answered
that's it.
your own question. Exactamente. And that's part of the problem. A lot of times you'd have a lot of individuals talking about like family life. And then you know that their
Yeah,
family life was
but
hecho
it
garra.
just kind of like disappoints you, like people giving like great classes, but when you really know them throughout the week, and they're just
Yeah.
so full of it, and it just kind of like
Well, but
it kind of disappoints you.
you should always still take the message, always try to learn,
Yeah,
you
and
know.
that's what I did. Like,
Yeah.
tampoco no soy lo peor de este mundo. Like, hey, you give your little try to do your best.
So does that mean you're going tomorrow night for my class?
I can hear you.
You should go. It shouldn't be. It wouldn't be. Good
Put it en
morning.
Facebook, no, con Linda lo pone.
Yeah, but no, I want him to go. He needs to start. He needs to go back. Good
I hate, you know
morning.
what I hate? I hate that I got rotated phone.
Oh yeah,
I hate that. I don't know why that it bothers me, primo. I don't know why.
I think I saw it the other day and when I don't get it, but
The
good
what?
morning.
Rotating of the
Why it
phone?
doesn't bother me, but it bothers me. I don't know why. I don't know.
Huh?
What
Well,
did he
she got
say that he bothers? He rotates the phone?
what she did. She got one of these tripods that goes around.
Oh,
Yeah, and he looks at all
Uh, uh,
the members.
the people in the car at the that are there.
I don't know.
I
It bothers me because I'm like concentrated on hearing ya sea al primo or al tío or someone
it's
else.
like a distraction. You see?
Yeah, because
well,
I might be like in a message emotional. I might like like and like it just bothers me. That's all.
well, part of the and again, I understand where he's coming from, but he sits right next to it. That's why. So you're right there next to it when it's
What do
moving.
you want me to say?
No, but that's where she puts it. That's why
There's only like 5 chairs. Where do you want me to sit?
Yeah, there's only 5 rows.
there's no other space because it's so full.
Yeah, right. And Wednesday,
No,
primo, we were like on our side.
Llega este guy y llena toda la fila.
yeah,
We were like only six on our side.
yeah. There was very few people at church on Sunday, on Wednesday,
Wednesday.
which again, more power to people. If people they want to miss worship service, more power to people. Don't think I'm not going to go out there and spend time on encouraging people that know that they should be worshiping to go and worship. Tú te la pierdes, bro. Lárgate. I mean, if that's what you want to do, patas pa que son. It's like the people, we have an opportunity to have worship service on Thursday, and there's a lot of people that just decide not to go. Not like they're doing anything.
No, well, the thing is like, no. Let me explain.
Esa
Let me
mirada
explain.
bien fuerte.
Yeah, let me explain.
You
When you
know,
have when you have a compromise with other
excuses,
people on those
excuses,
days, it's hard for it to change.
excuses.
No, it's not an excuse. It's like Sam. If Sam works, let's say on a Saturday, and you want to force him to go to Saturday, he's not gonna be able to change his whole schedule.
Excuses.
No, it's not an excuse.
It's just an excuse. No one's forcing anyone to do it.
Because it just came.
It's excuses.
Thing is that like we already have a routine and schedule.
No.
And then they dump that thing in the middle.
No.
Okay, now you gotta. No, I mean it's
Pierden lo más por lo menos.
It's
O sea,
hard.
it's like an added opportunity, and y se ponen los moños like, well, it's not in my regular schedule. Screw y'all. At the end of the day, cada quien es responsable. But it's kind of trippy because on my this screen, I can see a little bit of lag. Oh, it's just the TV. No, it's good. It's good over here. But what I was trying to get at, guys, is I did want to talk about a little bit in regards to going into the Roe versus Wade thing, because it is a church matter. Yeah, to a
Yeah,
certain
that's
degree.
getting very, very like touchy.
Well, look, and it's kind of an iffy situation because basically what the federal court did, guys, and again, a lot of people may be out there proponents, but I am 100% pro-life. 100% pro-life. Always have been, always will be. I will never be apologetic about being pro-life. It's just what I believe in. I don't believe in termination of life and the termination of life by individuals that maybe should have taken better care of themselves. And I'm not talking about rape or incest or something. Those are extenuating circumstances that need to be looked at. But,
Yeah.
or when it
Yeah, quick
conflicts.
question, man. I haven't read the details, but did they put those exempt? Did they have any sort of exemptions towards abortions, or just 100% abortions illegal?
Well, not as of right now. What's going to
I haven't
happen?
read, like, to be honest, I haven't read anything
Well,
like
what's
as far
going
as
to happen
illegal.
is it got reverted in regards to the federal level, Sam. It's not a federal level constitutional right, because that's what the justices ultimately decided, and they're right, in that respect, that the power should go back to the people. So what they're doing is they're reverting the power back to the state, to whereas it'll be a little bit more on the local side. So look, it isn't like, oh well, everyone out there is going like, oh well, there's nothing that can be done. Yeah, este, go out there and become a part of the process. Go out there and become a part of the electoral process, and change Texas if you want, and change it from being conservative into a liberal state. If that's what you want, that's what you have to do. But look, I've got a lot of people out there. One of my nephews goes out there and posts, and I love him. I love him to death. Goes, if you support the overturning of Roe versus Wade, unfriend me now. Going like, stop being a drama queen.
I've seen that a lot. I saw so many posts like that.
Stop being a drama queen. Get out there and become a part of the electoral process. But part of the problem, I almost guarantee you, Sam, these people don't even vote. You know, but they want things to go their way. Guys, get out there and vote. Get out
Did you
there and
see all
vote.
the protests that were in DC?
Oh yeah, and again, this is and this is part of the hypocrisy in regards to the media, because the media is calling, oh, it's horrible and everything. I like, stop being biased. Stop being
Yeah.
biased. Just report the news. This is what came out. This is what happened. You form your own opinion. Just give the facts.
Yeah, just
But
state the facts.
but what they were trying to do is then try to say like, oh, now they want to overturn contraceptives, and they want to overturn gay marriage. Look at guys. I think one of the things that we should be grateful for is that the Supreme Court is considering limiting the power of government over our lives. That's what everyone out there should be grateful for. To whereas we have more control of what happens with our lives as American citizens, because the power should have always remained with the state. And look, if anyone out there does not like that Texas is conservative, you've got two choices, Sam. You got either become of the part of the electoral process and get individuals in there that are like-minded as you, or move out of the damn state. You know, that's what a lot of
I
people opt
can't
to do.
recall Texas ever being liberal. I do know that there's parts of it that's like, I guess, real blue. But as far as I know, since the very beginning, it's been very conservative.
It only affects poor women in respective states. Get ready to pay child. Look, guys, people should uh, stop este, unwanted pregnancies. And they have the power to stop unwanted pregnancies. El problema es de que it's all a free for all now.
Yeah,
Guys.
but it kind of goes back to the whole liberal because they're saying like, oh, well, what if I'm not serious with the guy? Well, you gotta like kind of take into consideration like you gotta know who you're sleeping around with, you know?
Yeah, God,
Yes, like when it comes out to the exemptions, like the child rape and the incest and
100%.
medical like risk when they're too young or they're too old. I would understand that part. That's why I was asking, like, hey, there's an exemptions. What are the details of this
Well,
overturn? You know?
what's going to happen, and again, and I'm the way that I understood it is that now Texas is in 30 days is going to file the different guidelines in regards to what abortion is going to look like here. But as
Yeah.
of Friday, a lot of the abortion clinics closed shop because it was now illegal. So I
Yeah.
think they have 30 days to define exactly where we're at on these things. And look, women have all control over their bodies. As to there's different things that individuals could use. They could use contraceptives. They could use
I know all those
pills.
contraceptives. If you have insurance, it's all covered. It's
It's
all
all
for
covered. And Sam, you could get them for free everywhere. You can get them from the Valley AIDS Clinic,
Valley Age Console.
Valley AIDS Council. Thank you. You could get them from any clinic here locally, guys. There's
Even
ways.
online. Did you ever get that package you ordered?
Oh yeah, I
The
got
one
it.
with the rubbers and lubes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I got it. The lube, a little thing like a little
Yeah. Pues
chiquitito.
tampoco no es para que te bañes.
Well, para mis two and a
We
half
had
minutes,
supply monthly supply.
para mis two and a half minutes, it's okay. No, but también venía the one day after pill or something. So
Yeah,
again, guys, women have complete control.
like there's options.
There's
Like you don't have
options,
to be
guys.
like, oh well, it's already done deal. I'm just gonna go do an abortion.
But you
That's
know
the
what?
thing that was kind of like the whole extreme part, and that's what I tell you. Like people always take it to the extreme.
Yeah, gotcha. And look, Sam, and look at all the individuals here. And you know, this is what really trips me out. Individuals will go out there and will go hurt someone if they hurt a dog or a cat. You know, okay, because they're a living creature, they're living entities, and no sé qué. And look, I'm the number one este pet rescuer here in the city of Brownsville. There is no one that is more
I thought you were
successful in
saying dog kicker.
there is no one that is more successful in reuniting loved ones with their loved ones than Erasmo Castro. There isn't, guys. Erasmo Castro number one. But with that said, you've got some crazy nuts out there, bro. You've got some crazy nuts out there in regards to individuals that get, they run over a man instead of trying to avoid running over a dog. You know, and again, guys, if you can avoid both of them, avoid both of them. But you can't
Yeah.
choose the life of a pet over a life of an individual, and that's trust me, a lot of people are not crazy that way.
I'm guilty of that. Trying to avoid hitting a bird in Arizona's highway, and almost losing control.
But but what I'm trying to say, guys, is like there's ways. Just don't kill life, you know.
Yeah.
And life begins for a lot of us. We truly believe, and I think science believes it as well, because it becomes a living organism. It Life
Like once
begins.
it's inside of it,
Yeah,
once the sperm inside the egg,
life
that's
begins at
when it starts.
conception, guys. Life begins at conception. It's scientifically proven. It's not like, oh, I these and we all know the Bible verse. Well, I do. Sam doesn't, and Monaguillo doesn't either. But I know the Bible verses that talk about, me conociste antes de que naciera, all the verses. But science also supports that once conception is there, it's a living creature, living being, a living organism, whatever the hell you want to call it, but it's living. So when you take out and fit them, and look, guys,
And it's not just bacteria,
no, not
like some
bacteria,
people say.
but this is the problem, Sam.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it right now. El problema is that once you start giving in to the left, then they want more, more, and more. And look, they started out with suctioning out, vacuuming out the little uh, no, el embryo del chiquitito. That started out that way. Sam, they were all the way up to 7, 8 months that you could terminate a pregnancy, Sam. And they were ready to go like all the way, I think even to 9 months. That's
Yeah,
crazy,
like
bro.
right before.
That's crazy, man.
Murder right there.
That's murder. I mean, I don't care what anyone says. You can believe anything you want. I don't care. But you know what? They always try to get more and more and more and more. And you just have to live with it. Look, guys, when all these, and then you've got these crazy nuts here in Brownsville. I mean, like if it really was going to make any difference, oh, we're going to protest too. Shut
I've
up.
noticed it's a certain group of women that's been
It's the certain
protesting
women,
this.
but it's all the tree huggers. It's all the all the gay pride people, all those people that are oh no, women's rights, like all this. We don't have those type of issues here. Stop bringing issues to Brownsville that we don't have. Again, 90% of the people here in Brownsville are going to be pro-life. Pro-life. It's just that little small little woke group that isn't, guys. It's not good. And again, guys, here in Brownsville, we don't go out there and bash the people for being gay. We don't. We just want you to keep it in your bedroom. That's all we
Well, nobody
ask.
else needs to know.
No one else needs to know. And again, no one discriminates here against stuff like that. Again, and let me tell you, and if that would happen, I would be one of the first individuals to go out there and fight for people. Guys, I see regularly on my page a lot of individuals that are out there complaining about, oh well, I'm being bullied. I'm the first one to go and react to stuff like that. But don't bring problems to Brownsville that we don't have. We do not have them. This law does nothing to restrict men's behavior. It's discriminatory against It's not, man. It's not, and you know, it's really, really unfortunate because at the end of the day, all it does, it gives us the people more power. That's it. So this is the right taking more and more, not the left. Well, let me tell you, this is part of the problem because when the left was out there taking, and trying to wake up everybody, you know, you didn't see all of us out there up in arms and fighting and overturning stuff and threatening to kill justices and stuff. When they started to take down all this stuff about the statues and everything, and I warn people, it's progressive. One of the things, and look, I'm going to say this to everyone out there, to all the churches, any church group out there that is listening to me today, make sure that you have armed people at your church buildings tomorrow. Make sure that you have armed people at your church buildings tomorrow, because I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to make sure that there's people that are armed tomorrow at church. Because again, guys, you don't know what these crazies are going to do. You just don't know. They're nuts. And that's those individuals that take it to that extreme. And look at what happened with the riots that no one followed, no one in the media followed. Look at the riots that happened last summer. They were everywhere, guys. In these woke cities, they were destroying property. They were out there and you know, beating up a lot of the small business owners, putting fire to their establishments, guys, all over the place. No one wanted to cover that, and they went to that extreme, and that really, really sucks. And nobody said anything because that's what the left does. They take it to extremes. You know, we don't go out there and protest and threaten to kill individuals. The left do, and they're nuts. Erasmo help me find my dog. Yep, it's true.
Send a picture.
The radical right did get violent at this issue, shooting up abortion clinics. And doctor, no, let me tell you, there's a lot of small little nuts that go out there and did all that kind of crap. I agree with you 100%. They were very limited.
The typical extremist from each
Yeah,
side. There's extreme left and extreme
yeah.
right.
But these
And you
individuals
can't
were
generalize it on
no,
those little
but the
freaking.
problem was a small number. The problem, a sound mind, the problem with the left is that they're organized. They organize. I mean, like the guy that went up and shot at the abortion clinic, because it happened here. I think it happened in Houston or something, or tried to shoot up the abortion clinic. That was just a guy, chisqueado y loco. When you're talking about the riots that happened this past summer, you're talking about organization and Antifa and all this other crazy, crazy folks. And and Sam, what Sam mentioned is true. I'm not excusing QAnon and all these other crazy right wings or rightists either. Not at all. Again, guys, anyone that goes against our Constitution and tries to limit the expression of pursuit of happiness for anyone here in the states, is to should be prosecuted 100%. But let me tell you, in regards to what the Supreme Court did with Roe versus Wade, it was 100% correct, without a doubt. Just keep it fair. Keeping it fair. Ah, that's fine. You're good. Not true. No, you are keeping it fair and balanced. I agree with it, and let the state decide. And again, guys, we have more control, more power, uh, uh, more power at the beach.
Yeah, because I was seeing a whole lot of like, oh, well, if you're against this, go ahead and start adopting kids because there's going to be more pregnancies and this and that. I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's kids there in the system because it's a thorough process that they got to do before handing kids over to people, you know.
Well,
But there's a lot of topics to it.
well, I have a lot of friends that are attorneys, and they're going like, and again, I love them all. No, que es que you know, we have to deal with uh, foster kids and everything. And look, Sam, if what we need to do is make the adoption process a lot simpler, then let's do that. You know, because let me tell you right now, it's crazy to adopt a child. It's crazy. And you know, I personally know a lot of people that would want to adopt a child. You know, they don't have that
Yeah,
opportunity.
but I don't think they should not that they should make it simpler because then you're gonna have those like I guess those people that got kids and that didn't deserve kids. You know
What
what
I'm
I
trying to
mean?
say, yeah, what I'm trying to say is that there's a lot of folks out there that have the means, you know,
Yeah.
have the desire. Yeah, vet them, but make it simpler for them to adopt right now. And look, I'll say this is that maybe, you know, if the process were a little bit more on the, hey, I might adopt someone that people don't want. As to, I don't know, maybe. Uh, I mean, if they're like already like potty trained and stuff, I'm not going to adopt. I'm not going to adopt a small little baby, and I probably would even, I probably would, but I wouldn't mind adopting, someone, 7, 8,
Like
9.
teenagers.
No,
You
7,
will
8, 9.
forfeit your life. When you have a kid, you forfeit your life
Maybe I don't want to
because
do
you have
that.
to be. You have to
Like,
be.
no, I take it back.
Yeah, it's the heck. Can we go back and erase that last 20 seconds? When people say it's discriminatory against poor women, it's a talking point. They don't have facts, just feelings. And that's why you can adopt me.
Get the potty trained.
Yeah.
Well, can you give me a certificate guaranteeing that you're potty trained? Maybe. So now again, guys, it's now in the hands of the state, and it's that's where it should be. And again, guys become a part of the electoral process.
I just
And
really hope that they go more into detail as far as like the whole exemptions, um, because if they just do like no abortions in general or like 100%, it'll kind of make it difficult for people who are like having medical difficulties and have to choose between their lives and the babies. Although I do understand that most parents will probably just choose for them to take their lives and keep the baby alive, you know. Um, but hopefully, we have, I guess, smart people in Texas doing those details.
yeah, again, I'm hoping that ultimately Texas legislators come up with something, that isn't.
Because the contraceptives are there. I don't know why people are still they're still arguing about like, oh well, if I get pregnant, I wouldn't get rid of it no matter what. Like the contraceptives are there, and there as well for the males as well. But it's I don't know.
Yeah, again,
Options are there.
I'm hoping that the state, doesn't do something completely right winged crazy. I
Yeah,
really,
that's
I
what
really,
I'm hoping it doesn't happen.
I really do, and that's going to be part of my me reaching out to individuals that are representing of. Please, is to try to find middle ground to whereas we could, I mean, again, end abortion, but have exemptions for individuals that este medically and again I'm going to but truly believe that they're going to put the medically medical in there, also rape, incest, and all this other stuff, include that as well. I mean, that's got to be a part of it. I agree with Sam, got to be a part of it, or else it's not going to work for us. But I'm proud that this country has taken a step back in regards to going down that horrible decline that we were thrown in 50 years ago.
I also noticed. I don't know what's your take on this. I also noticed a lot of companies were saying like, well, if your state doesn't approve abortions, we'll reimburse you up to $4,000. I don't know how true that is because of the because you know how people can make emails and stuff like that with Photoshop. But some companies they're posting that some companies were, I guess, reimbursing employees if they need to do an abortion in a different state, that they're reimbursing for their travel.
And again, sound mind, uh, people need to stop having unprotected sex if they don't want to have children. It's just that simple. Stop having unprotected sex. There's ways for you to avoid getting pregnant. Use them. And there's ways for women. There's things for women to use, and there's things for men to use. And I'm sorry, man. Again, stop having unprotected sex. First of all, it's not even healthy anymore. I mean, you can't go out there and have sex with individuals without probably contracting something or other. You know, look at all those people going having sex with escorts all over the place.
Are
Don't
we
don't
talking
look,
about politicians or?
don't look at me. But you know, but you, you guys, people have protected sex, and then you're not going to have to worry about getting each other pregnant. You don't have to worry about being poor. I mean, it does. And look, it's not a thing about, oh, the rich could go get an abortion. It's not about the rich. uh, you could get condoms and you could get contraceptives for free. And that's
Yep.
what, and that's one of the other things that I hope that we really, really focus on and provide more
Like
as a resource.
how much more things? I understand. Maybe if it's like a shy thing for people, like there's online things to. I think there's the website like I told you that they could mail it to you. If you're shy about going to the Valley AIDS Council or Planned Parenthood, do it online. They'll send it to your house, and I think they're also discreet about it. Just like when you order from Adam and Eve, they're kind of discreet about it.
How do you know that?
I've heard.
I
Oh,
heard.
I read that somewhere. No, but
Yeah.
again, guys, still avoid. I mean, protected sex is the only way that you're going to keep yourself healthy, and in part outside of that, medical health realm, but also it'll stop you from having children.
It goes back to responsibility, man.
It's a responsibility, and it's a responsibility of both individuals, guys. And look,
Yeah.
este, pues, again, we're very critical about individuals when, este, don't go out and drink and don't go do stupid stuff. Very, very critical about it. And again, I've been there a couple of times, but ultimately, it's a responsibility to continue to stay in tus cinco sentidos. It's just a responsibility that all of us have to need to do. And again, I'm sorry if you're and I'm going to go this and people are going to hate it. I don't care. If you have a 13, 14, 15, 16-year old, they should not have a boyfriend or girlfriend. If you have a 13, 14, 15, 16-year old and they're out there que noviando and stuff and that makes you proud, you're missing the mark. No child at that
Con las
age,
manos sudaditas.
yeah, no child at that age
El
is
primo knows what I'm talking about.
oh yeah, he does. No child at that age is ready for a relationship. No
Yeah.
child at that age, guys.
It's
That's
just typical summer flings or puppy love and all that other nonsense.
it's crazy, man. I mean, look, it's like going back, and again, not going to criticize guys, but that incident that happened at Whataburger here on Alton Glore, guys. You got a 16-year-old out at 2, 3 in the morning with a boyfriend. I mean, what parents do that? You know, and again, I don't care if people say like, oh well, no, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, maybe 17, but those individuals should have no business, no
Yeah.
business out there.
And how old was the boyfriend out of curiosity?
I, I think the guy was probably in his 20s, and see that was so stupid.
That's another good question, which Brownsville PD never answered
Never.
about the whole.
Brownsville, the
What was the
Democrats.
other questions? I know I posted a bunch of questions, even like the dive questions. I was like, dude, he's 20. Like, don't shouldn't you ask in the business how he got drunk? He was 20 years old and he's supposed to be 21 and over. And why would you arrest a person getting assaulted, even though he defended himself?
It's
It's
crazy.
so dumb. There's so many things
Dumb,
that Brownsville
dumb.
PD does that is stupid.
It's ridiculous. The Democrats want this cause. The women don't want to buy condoms. Husbands finds out. Um, have a great day, Brownsville Republican. Love you, Papa or Mama. Not sure. Uh, protected
Well, we try
sex.
to keep it biased. Like, is it not like common sense? Is it not like level headed what we're saying as far as like the not the abortions and everything that we're saying? Is it like is it too Republican what we're saying?
Uh, you know, uh, uh,
Or they're just like, oh, we're gonna have abortions no matter what. We don't
I
want to
think a,
have like.
I think
Is
a
there
lot of
not like
people.
some sort of like medical? What do you call it when like? Is there not a medical risk of having too many abortions? I'm no doctor, but if anybody is there,
But I pretend to be.
no, I said a Holiday Inn once though.
I- I'm not a doctor, but I regularly pretend to be a gynecologist.
You're horrible.
A little bit, but no, guys. Again, more power to the states and more power to the people. And again, guys, just take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves as much as possible. And again, I think one of the things that a lot of this newer generation has started to fall in is the lack of responsibility. And look,
Yeah,
este, if you mess up, te fuiste una noche de tomada, and all of a sudden you're going to have a kid. One of the things that we as a community, este, vas a tener que hacerte responsable por tu hijo, you know? And I think a lot of people they want to shy away from responsibilities and say, "Hey, let me take the easy way out. Let me just kill the baby."
Yeah.
No, let people man up and make them responsible. But and look,
Didn't they have like even the thing about like you can't have an abortion until you hear the heartbeat or something like that? Or was that before, or they
oh,
changed that or
that
something like that?
well, yeah, that was it started off with after the heartbeat you can't have an abortion, and then it just went well. Oh yeah, you can still have an abortion. Then after 3 months, and then it went up to 6 months, and then it went up to close to 9 months. And
Almost.
that's ridiculous. And I know that people were out there saying, "Oh, even when the baby is born, they could kill it." I don't think it went that extreme. But it went right before it came out of the ladies.
Well, just if people don't know about it, I think there's a safe box in the fire department, like or the hospitals. I think it's the hospitals and the fire departments. Like if you have a baby and you want like no responsibility, or you want to like drop the baby off, you can take it to hospitals with no questions asked.
Yeah,
In case it gets to the point, because I know that I've seen it to where there's stories of like teenagers having kids like in the alleys and then just leaving them in the dumpsters, and
oh
you'd
yeah,
rather have them being taken to the hospital or to a fire station rather than having finding out like babies in the dumpsters.
it's crazy. Yeah, and let me tell you, I know a lot of cases and very close to me of
Yeah, it's the
individuals
responsibility of the two people, like
of
the men's and
individuals that
the
have been
women's.
having a child, and we had it in the shower, didn't even know we were pregnant. Right,
What?
and it's crazy because a lot of people say like,
You hear the one from Port Isabel?
I don't think I heard
The
one.
lady, I think the lady like threw it in the channel, ship channel,
Oh my
and they
God.
couldn't find the baby. But they had someone reported that she did have a baby, and she had all the I guess the medical they checked her and they're like, yeah, you were pregnant. Where's the baby? And but I don't know what was the end result of that. I know they were like getting some charges on them,
Was
but they
this was,
couldn't find the baby.
was this recent?
Yeah, I want to say like 3 months, 2 months,
Hmm.
3 months more or
It's
less.
crazy. Yeah, guys, let's just go back to an era where we became a little bit more responsible for things like that. That's it. Keep your Oscar Mayer
And then you
out of
have
runs.
those babies that are addicted to meth and crack, man, that they have crack babies. That's another thing that they could add to the thing. And because it's a real thing though. There's kids that are born and they're addicted to crack, and now the government has to like put them into rehabs.
It's
I
horrible.
don't know if you read about that, but it's a real thing.
It's horrible. And again, guys, I'm hoping that the state of Texas does the right thing. I'm hoping that the
Yeah.
state of Texas does the right thing. I hope our
You
elected
need to
officials.
get more educated. Like the people who are in charge of that, they really need to get educated and see all perspectives before finalizing it.
I hope that happens. And again, I hope no one has an unwanted pregnancy. I hope most people out there, as they realize that they need to take care of themselves, and if they do have a child, hey, love the child. Do everything in your power to make sure that the child has a great upbringing. Good morning, primo. Love you. Have breakfast at Delia's. Love your outfit. Thank you. It's my shirt. I love this shirt. I actually, I actually got this shirt at an Austin thrift store. Amazing find. Great stuff. Este, Sam doesn't let you read the comments.
No. It's because then I'll forget my train of thought, like it says. So,
Hey, we should
so-
have Roman. Roman has a what's it called? Conservative.
Oh, he's very conservative. I don't know what happened to Rome. Did I send him the link? I mean, I didn't.
Probably still in Houston, huh?
No, he came back. I said, but last night he was in his car.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, that's why the screen was all black.
yeah, and I don't know what happened. Then he went off, and then went back on, went off, and I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, it's
Este,
difficult to get on this when you're like on your mobile device.
it is hard. And I have a great phone, so when I'm away, I am usually on my phone, so it really isn't too bad, but it's not the best case scenario. This time around, the internet at the resort was really good, so I got to use my laptop.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking of buying a new laptop. Why? I'm not sure.
Well, give me that one. That one.
Hey, quick question. Um, was there any more into detail that you wanted to speak with as far as like the BASD principles and stuff like that, or not really?
Oh, why do you ask?
Huh?
What do you ask?
Oh, no, no, because the El Jardín thing.
uh, well,
Or, or for Monday.
no, one of the things that and that's where Maggie comes in. Maggie has that information in regards to the wheelings and dealings. Part of the problem is that a lot of principals, and what Maggie stated was true. A lot of principals have ultimately decided that they don't want to be in the classroom anymore. It's not worth their time. They get absolutely no respect. As the pay is a lot less as principals. So a lot of administrators just say, you know what, let me go back to the classroom. And because there's such a great need in regards to individuals in the classroom, people are saying, let me just go back to the classroom. And that's what's basically happening. So you're starting to get a lot of folks out there that just want to step back or are just waiting to end their career and to be able to retire and leave with a halfway decent paycheck. But I think what's happened, and I've stated this before, is that I personally am done with BISD. I'm just so disgusted at the corruption there. I'm so disgusted at the ill treatment. I'm so disgusted at the lack of respect for professional individuals. I just don't want anything to do with the BISD, and I think it is a shared sentiment because I think a lot of people at BISD at those levels, yeah, they're done with it. Ya tan fastidiados, Sam. Yeah, it's like they're disgusted with the whole situation. And I think that's one of the reasons why they're losing principles. So what happens is now someone's going to have to, cover for the lack of principles out there. And the best people to do it are individuals who used to be principals before. And a lot of them are these AAs that are right now doing nothing up there. So I know that Sandra was sent to Vermilion, Dora was sent to Morningside. I can't remember who was sent to which one school did you mention?
El Jardín.
El Jardín. But they at Jardín Elementary, they needed a principal really bad. The one they had wasn't doing too great of a job.
Well, you have a principal that they get that chaotic in a school.
Huh?
When you don't have a principal that they get all chaotic.
Well, there's no order. That's why.
What do you mean? What you got teachers there?
Yeah, that's what happens when when the pastor's not here.
That is true. Se chiflan
Las ovejas,
ovejitas.
las ovejas se chiflan.
Pero there's no principal y se hacen todo lo que quieran. A la hora, llegan a la hora que quieran, hacen lo que quieran.
Yeah, and they now.
It's crazy because like you start like some people don't realize like how much behind closed doors uh things happen in schools to get things going the way it operates.
Well, it's
Yeah.
crazy, but it's like I came back and I find out that some of my ovejitas, they're thinking about opening their own church,
Yeah.
and I'm going like, go for it. You know, I mean, I don't know if a lot of these people think that I'm going to get upset because of stuff like that. I'm
No.
not. You don't have to hide stuff like that from me. If you ultimately want to say, you know what, I'm just going to start my own church, go. I mean,
Tell
you
them that
don't.
there's a building over there by 511.
Well, you know,
You're happy to use it.
the truth is that I've offered that to him, Sam. I've literally offered it,
Right.
guys. You have the church building out there. Just go and start off something. And part of the problem is that Sam, si en lo poco no eres fiel, ¿quién te va a confiar lo mucho? But that they don't come to worship service here. You
I've
think
never heard of that.
oh, I'm going to trademark
I'm
that.
playing, bro.
But so at the end of the day, si aquí no vienes, what makes
Yeah,
anyone think that they're going to lead a church and
yeah.
be that great
You
example
get
for individuals?
and I see I what I see it. Well, not to be judging because I'm the last person to judge, but well, I don't personally see it. But you know how back then they used to do a little bit more like going out and about to get people or try to
Yeah,
teach people.
yeah.
I don't see that happening there right now.
Well, and let me
But
say, con
that's
nosotros,
just my two
well,
cents.
with us it's a little bit different. Like I have this family that has come like twice already. It's just a personal responsibility. You've got to
Yeah,
you got to reach out to folks and tell them, hey, come to worship, come to worship. And I try to tell people to come to worship with me. I try to tell you every other day to come to worship. I try to tell Frankie to come back to worship. I try to tell a lot of people to go, and I'm hoping that everybody else is doing the same out there and trying to encourage individuals to come. But one of the things that I tell people at church, at my church, is, guys, I'm not going to be tiptoeing around y'all because quieren que los trate con pincitas. Screw you. If you don't like the stuff here, no estás cómodo, get the hell out. Go again.
Tú eres con puro chicotazo.
Oh yeah. And I no, and I told them, I said,
Few
eh,
whips.
papá les dio con látigo. Yo les voy a dar con escorpiones. It's just that simple. That's also a biblical principle that you don't know about. Pero,
Never heard of it.
if he gave you with chicotazo, yo te voy a dar con escorpiones. And again, it's just people. And again, I'm very forthright in regards to what's happening. I don't do nada a la escondida. I tell people this is just what's going to happen, guys. If you want to be a part of everything that's going forward, great. Come on board. If you want to fight me every turn of the way, it's just not going to work because I'm not going to lose. I'm not used to losing. And even when I lose, I make sure that I win. So it's just not going to work. So, I come back and I hear, oh no, boys, they're thinking about starting their own worship. I'm like, hey man, more power to them. We'll pray for them, we'll encourage them, and
They want to
oh,
start a church where they kind of go dress however they want.
well,
I think that would probably be like that's their main like reason. I bet you.
well, let me tell you, and I don't think it's the dressing part. I think it more than anything is that they hate the fact is that I'm the greatest pastor in Texas and north of Mexico. It's just a fact. And again, is the once people start realizing that, then I think things are going to be a little bit better. But again, it's not like look, it's not like I'm out there trying I'm not taking money from them. You know, I'm not.
¿Dólar?
El
Un
dólar.
dólar, Sam, un
Ah,
dólar.
un dólar. I'm not taking money from them. I mean, and look, aquí está el primo que diga, Sam, they miss worship service and la ofrenda sigue igual. Stays the
I
same.
notice when you're not here, the ofrenda is down.
When
I
I'm
noticed that, Sam, no, for real.
when I'm
That is
gone,
true.
no, and this is
I'm
true.
not joking.
When I'm gone, you feel it, Sam.
Yeah, I can see the number.
You
Huge
feel it
number.
when I'm not there. And when I come back after 2-3 weeks of being gone, you see the difference because I bring back my ofrenda because that's how we were taught. But these people, I'm talking about a group of them. They miss on Sunday, and the ofrenda stays the
No le
same.
haces como el primo. No te voy a decir cuál primo, pero mi tía le daba a ese primo like a $10 para la ofrenda, $10. Pero él guardaba el 10 y sacaba el dólar, pero lo hacía like roll up.
Para que no se
So, cuando
viera.
pasaba la ofrenda echaba el billete, pero mi tía pensaba que era un 20.
That feels
Mira, era un
smart.
dólar.
The primo is smart.
Well, he still does that because he thinks that because he preaches that's part of his ofrenda. But and look, and what I'm trying to say is again for a lot of people out there, they may go like, no, pero es que no es lo más importante. We're not saying it is, but it's demonstrative of your commitment, of your love for God. Because let me tell you, Sam, they earn as much money as I do. They earn as much money as I do. El problema is that a lot of the people, they put their money on other stuff.
Yeah.
Shopping and eating out and all this other stuff, and I do too. Pero I don't take out of what I've already assigned, separated, and esto es lo que va a ser de Dios. That's what I'm going to give. That I cannot touch. And y ahí te lo digo. I mean, I separate them. I separate them by weeks. And I look right here. I have the friend for tomorrow because I make sure I put it away. And I have to give 2 weeks. And I have to give 2 weeks because last week I wasn't here and this week I'm here. So otra vez ahí va. And again, y no es para que todos sepan de que todo esto. It's just a fact. El problema es de que how let's say these group of people that can offer and they decide to say, you know what, we're going to go start our own church. That's great. How are they going to pay the light bill? You don't have money. No friends. And again, look, and if they're watching, I don't want, and they know who they are, and I haven't mentioned any names, but if you are watching, I just want you to do the right thing. Not for me, because at the end of the day, I don't care if you offend out $1 or you offend out $100. I don't care. It's your call, but you're taking blessings away from yourself. just haven't realized it. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that you have to, in order to be able to harvest, you have to plant the seed. If you don't plant the seed, what do you expect to harvest? Nothing. But what happens is,
That's another
uh,
lecture, by the way.
eh?
That's another lecture, by the way.
Oh well, yeah, but it's a fact of life,
You
Sam.
can't reap what you don't sow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my I'm trademarking that statement too. I said it first. But what happens is, it's just life. It's like I tell people when I
Mhm.
marry them. I tell people when I marry them, nothing that is worthwhile comes easy. Y nothing that is, que vale nada de lo que valga la pena viene fácil. Tienes que trabajarle, tienes que invertirle, tienes que dedicarte. It's the same thing with worship service, guys. If you vas cuando quieras, si quieres no vas los jueves al servicio, nomás por tus calzones, no vas, y ofrendas el dólar, ¿qué esperas recibir? ¿Qué esperas recibir? Nothing. You haven't invested anything in it. But, and look, but if you entregas, you build, aportas, you're always there, then there's something to take back from it. And I'll give you this real quick example. In Matamoros, we're fixing up the Lopez to make a deportivo for the youth, for the kids out there. Sam, it was abandoned for years. Parecía un basurero allá atrás. It literally looked like a basurero. So I said, we got to stop this, man. We've got to
Who was
invest.
in charge of that?
Well, a lot of different people were in charge of it. Because what happens is that everyone would pass the buck, and nobody gave a damn. Entonces digo yo, no, we've got to fix this. We've got to invest in our youth, and we've got to do a youth area and let them know this is for you, because everything that we do in regards to the church life, like the
Yeah.
church buildings and everything we do, yeah, no, we're not going to take it with us. I'm only going to be here for 15 more years, si acaso, 15 or 20 more years. I'm not going to take it away. I mean, I haven't
A lo mucho.
as much as your cousin el divisionista and Benjamin were out there saying that okay, I wanted to steal the church buildings. I've always had control of the church buildings, always, since 1998, August of 1998. I've never sold the church buildings. I could have, Sam. I could have. I had all the power. I had all the signature to sell the church building. I never did. I didn't even sell the church building when they kicked me out of the church building, Sam. And your cousin kicked me out of the church building. Benjamin kicked me out of the church building, and I owned them. I had a trustee signature over them, and they kicked me out. And did I, kick them out? Did I complain? Did I? I didn't. I took it and I left en paz, en tranquilidad. So what's to make him think that I would ever cause harm to something that belonged to the church? Never have. Maybe because of one's actions and one's stupidity, we did hurt the church sometimes. Everybody does, but not directly to, like, oh, let me steal from God. That's kind of like weird. You can't do that. So everything that is there is going to be for the next generations, and that's the way that it should be. It should be for the people that come next. And so we started building over there, and let me tell you, now Roman's saying, where's my link?
Aw.
We're already finished, Roman.
It's because he got an idea, he got a thought right before we ended.
Now he can say
Let
that.
me give my 5-minute rant.
But you have to invest, and that's what we're investing on. And let me tell you, I'm going to make sure that everything that is done is going to be for the future church, not for these guajes here who no pichan, no quechan, ni dejan batear, and who all of a sudden get all offended because I'm harsh. And guys, I'm not easy. I didn't become the greatest pastor in Texas and north of Tamaulipas by being soft. I'm harsh, but again, I'm not going to change in that respect. I'm not going to bend over to individuals que son guajes. So either get to my level, dedícate más a la iglesia, ofrenda más, participa más, or get out of my damn way. It's just that simple. And we'll run the race together. but that just depends on individuals. Because at the end of the day, guys, everything in life is that way. Everything in life is that way. Either si no me vas a ayudar, de perdida no me estorbes. You know, and everything. And guys, that's one of the things going back into responsibility for children. Guys, parents need to stop babying children. You know, they got to stop babying children. They got to stop going to the schools and fighting with the teachers because mi hijo lo regañó la maestra y no le quiso dar el almuerzo. Stop babying your damn children. When your child comes home con una queja de que, ay, pues la
No le
maestra
quiso dar el desayuno porque andaba marihuano.
andaba marihuana. Ay, la maestra me regañó que porque no llevaba la tarea. What parents should do is slap the crap out of their kids right then and there. Right then, slap them. And you know what? You'll only do it one time. Mijo, no vuelva a ir a la escuela sin su tarea. Haga su tarea. And they'll never do that again. You know? And they'll form some respect for teachers. There's no respect now anymore. There's no respect for leadership, for that type of leadership anymore.
Es que ahora es más fácil ser content creators en YouTube.
Exactamente. Influencers. But so now, guys, what you have to do is you again, and I'm not, and there are some teachers out there that are a-holes, you know, they're horrible. And you know, I'm not talking about those. If anyone goes out there and does anything that they shouldn't be doing to your children, you know, yeah, you better go fight for your children 100%. But if the teacher's in the right and your kid's in the wrong, slap the crap out of them. That's what they did with us. They did that to us. ¿O no? ¿Qué pasaba cuando llevábamos una nota a la casa?
¿Cómo terminaron? Pregúntale, mira el primo, fíjate cómo terminó.
Well, that's a bad example. Do you really think women are going to accept this anti-abortion ruling without a good fight? Let me tell you, I think not the left-wing women. No, they're going to go out there. But, you know, they did the same thing with when Hillary Clinton lost. They were out there screaming. They were going crazy, bad crap crazy.
I'm with her. Hashtag.
Yeah, he's not my president. I'm with her. They went crazy, guys. They'll get over it.
There's some really crazy people out there. You think
Crazy
people, toxicas here from the valley are nuts? Wait until you exit the valley.
Does God accept credit cards? No, but I do.
God accepts everything.
Yeah, God.
Even the tarnished credit cards with low credit.
Yeah, God does not take credit cards. Erasmo Castro does. And if anybody wants my Cash App, let me put that up there. That is my Cash App. Just send me the money. I'll make sure it gets to God. So no batallen. Or send it via Zeal if you want. There's my Zeal right there. You know, just send it Cash App or send it Zeal. And again, guys, mándame los diezmos. Yeah, mándame los diezmos. Just let me know. Erasmo, I'm sending something for the kids in Matamoros. I'm sending something for the missionary work, the ministry. Just send it to my Cash App. Just let me know, and I'll make sure to separate it and make sure to deposit it.
You should do in the show. Show the record through the decades, how much work that Church of Christ in Tyler has done.
Yeah.
You know why? Because a lot of people think like, oh, ¿en qué se gastan el dinero? ¿Qué están haciendo con el dinero? No. I personally can testify right now that every dollar that we give to that congregation is used in Mexico with poor families, for kids, pencils, collars,
everything,
backpacks, food, you name it, bro.
Sam knows. You know, Sam. I mean, you've seen the church buildings. You've seen the work. I mean, everything's there. I mean, you're talking about major.
Yeah, I remember spending the whole damn summer mixing cement for the foundation of that building.
Con la Lopez, and la Lopez. You know, Sam's been a part of it.
Mientras que otros estaban sentados. No voy a decir nombres, pero.
Yeah.
But you're not going to lose your reward for working.
Exactamente.
You're not going to lose your reward.
You're not going to lose that reward for doing that, but you got to continue to add to that reward. That's why you need to come back to church. But honestly, look, and allá están allá los otros allá, los que se fueron de la 511. Allá están allá. What have they done? What? Now they have a church building? Is that what they done? I mean, one of the complaints about the pastor there was that the church buildings were under my name. Well, the church buildings are under his name now. So now that makes it right. You know, what's the difference?
What changed?
What changed? Ahora, and this is what, okay, we're going to do things differently. What have you done? They haven't done anything. Joel and toda esa gente, you know, they think that the holiest of holies. And let me tell you, me dan ganas, me dan ganas sometimes, to confront them and tell them, and tell them like, let me tell you, I got some stories if you want to hear about your kids, but I decide not to do that.
No, it's not good.
It's not good, but I can tell him stories because he thinks that que ellos no quebran un,
I can tell stories too.
que ellos no quebran un vaso, that's what they think. I got stories for you, baby. But again, I'm not going to go there. But with that said, what have they done? They've done nothing. Nothing. So se salieron para hacer nada, and that's what's ridiculous. I mean, your cousins, they go out, they're going to start this great missionary work and everything else. Where is it? Where? And supposedly we're the bad guys. We're the ones that wanted to steal the church buildings. We're the ones that wanted to steal from the Lord.
I think you misunderstood when El Primo dijo que he wanted to do missionary work.
Yeah, he's been doing a lot of that.
Hey, well, I don't know before, so no, but we're reaching out again to the Negritas.
Yeah,
And we're trying to go back again on the what's it called, La Huasteca.
La Huasteca,
And
and we're going to start to do Cuba. And let me tell you,
you're just gonna go there.
no,
You're not going to-
I do. Cuba's beautiful, but it's true. We started to go back to Las Negritas, Sam. We're going to work with La Huasteca. We're going to. I'm still adamant. We're going to do some work in Cuba with the church in Cuba. That's what we're doing. What are they doing? They're doing nothing except talking crap. I know. Okay, Erasmo's horrible, and se robó los church buildings. They've always were mine, stupids. You know, how could I steal from me?
I kick myself in the butt for not knowing all the Bible stories. Pero lo bueno que no eres como el de ese que decía, lo bueno que no soy como el otro. What was that story?
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I'm
I know.
just so freaking, my memory is horrible.
Es el fariseo con el
Sí,
publicano.
ese mismo.
Estaba el fariseo parado y que llego y no soy como ese publicano que está tirado en el piso. But again, guys, look, you reap what you sow. There's nothing, and there's nothing greater.
Because to be honest, like I talked to my mom, and I haven't heard of anything like of them doing like God's work, because it's normally that's what it's called, like God's work.
Nothing.
Whatever
Damn,
you want to call it, missionaries or it's God's work.
nothing.
But
They're stagnant. They don't do anything.
yeah,
And again,
and they always been stagnant, even when they were there in the other building.
exactamente. And that was part of the in part of the problem. That Papa was going like, hey, we're supposed to work together in everything that that's out there, and se creyeron de que no, pues we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, because I think they were like the primo. They're stressing about like their daily life more.
So, see, most local
That's
congregations,
what call you out, primo.
most local congregation building have been converted to gambling room, eight ball salons. Yeah, not ours, not at all. And let me tell you, one of the things, and this is the vision that I have for the church in the big church we have in Matamoros. I'm hoping that slowly we can convert los dormitorios. You remember the dormitorios, no?
Yeah.
Convert the dormitorios into some type of like orphanage or housing assistance for kids on the street and stuff. Later
They
on,
make it useful for something.
yeah, because what happens is we only use them once a year. I want to use them all year round. That's my goal.
Well, I heard that they want to do some businesses over there.
No, it's not gonna happen.
It
I'm
would,
not-
it would make sense to have like I guess
Building,
people
that's
who
what you're
are
gonna do.
homeless,
Huh?
like temporary assistance. Like if there was
Yeah.
to be like for homeless people, like temporary assistance,
Well,
just to make sure that they don't destroy the building, and you kind of like it. They get vetted just like any other
well,
place.
that's one of the reasons why I want to focus on children. Niños de la calle. Niños de la
Yeah.
calle, niños de la calle. Niños que necesiten asistencia. And again, guys, for anyone out there, we're not trying to do what the politiquera church does here, because in Mexico there's no assistance. You're not talking about any government giving you money for housing children. There's no CPS. There's no state assistance. What I want to do
Yeah.
in my
You
head,
do get the thief looking after you though.
oh yeah, what I want to do in my head is make sure that we are able to house children that are in need throughout the year on a temporary basis, and
Dude,
make sure
it'll
that
be
we give them
great. Imagine like housing like several kids and sponsoring for their schooling. But
that's
you would have to have some sort of an adult to kind of like feed them there too, wouldn't you?
Or voluntary work.
what.
Well, it's like
You would need to have an adult to like feed them there,
Oh
no?
yeah, and that's why you need individuals that are again are wanting to do the ministry, and we have a good little team right now working over there. Individuals that might want, and what's happened, Sam, is kind of a weird deal. We have individuals out there that have struggled to have children in Mexico, and
Yeah.
so I think these individuals would make great house parents. Individuals that would
Yeah.
take care and everything, and it
They
might
could
be,
actually live there and take care of all the kids.
yeah, exactamente.
And
It
there
would
would
be a,
be the church would sponsor like the food and whatever
yeah.
expenses
And
they
again,
need.
it's just a lot of good stuff that can be done. That has again, Sam, y te digo, parecía un basurero allá atrás. It looked horrible.
Sí te
Horrible.
creo.
Now, we're putting the cement, and I think you saw the pictures on my page. We're putting the cement. We're going. I already talked to them. I said, give me what sports equipment you're going to need, and I'm going to get them their sports equipment. And again, and to everyone out there, all this is being done outside the ofrenda. It's being done. We're
eso no entra la benevolencia.
Yeah, we're paying for this.
Benevolence.
The youth in Matamoros, they wanted to have a special event. They wanted to have a special event out there, and I said sure. And they asked, I said, is there any way that we could have some prizes to give away? I got them a couple of TVs. They're right there. I bought those, not from and I'm not saying it by decir, I'm doing this. What I'm trying to say is, nos está costando a nosotros, and then to have some people say, well, ¿qué hacen con el dinero? Become a part, become a
Get
part,
involved.
get involved, and you'll know exactly where everything is being spent. Oh, and then you'll find out that a lot of what you think is being
And
spent.
it goes back to the whole if you're not pushing together as a group, you're just kind of like dragging the group back as
Well,
dead weight.
exactamente. One of the things, Sam, and I've told people, and I've told them at church, I tell them every other month, I stand up there and I tell them, el trabajo se va a hacer.
Yeah.
We're going to
With
do
or
it,
without.
with or without you, pero get out of my damn way. No me estorbes, because I do not tolerate that. No me estorbes. It's going to get done. It would get done a little bit faster with you, with your
Yeah.
help, if you ever decided to help, but it's going to get done. I mean, if it has to take us a year instead of taking us
It
nine
takes up
months,
all the strain on the rest of the people.
So something else, Sam, that it's been like 40 years since I've been in the church, and a lot of members that have left the church mad or upset. It's because they haven't really, how to say, like, known my uncle in a way that my uncle is accountable. He You can go and ask him questions and he will answer them, but you have to do it in a respectful way, like don't put them on the spot like a lot of times they have done the congregation. No, you can put them aside and say, you know what, pastor or preacher, I heard that they're doing this with the money, whatever, and he's accountable. He will, like, okay, yeah, here it is. Aquí están los bank statements. Aquí está what we do.
everything's there.
And that's something. Mi primo is the same thing. He's accountable. It's accountability. I mean, but some members they miss.
Oh, accountable.
Accountable,
I
yeah.
keep on hearing carnival.
Cannibal. I thought you said cannibal. I thought
No,
cannibal.
cannibal, no,
Yeah, cannibal. I was like, okay.
accountability.
No, yeah,
And you can ask them. You can ask my kid. You can ask him.
Yeah, I'm sure they are.
They will answer
I know
all the
them.
questions, but some members they don't. I don't know why they miss that. I don't know why.
well,
Because they have their eyes set on something else.
sometimes, again, sometimes the problem is that the blind just don't want to see.
Yeah.
They just don't want to see, and this is what happens. And look, and this happens in life regularly. There's like I've said it in regards to the political world. Uh, if someone hates me, and this happens in church life too, if someone hates me, as that when someone goes and tells them crap, they go, "Es cierto," you know, yeah, because I already hate him. They'll believe anything negative that's said about the person, you know. But any sensible, logical person would go like, "Well, wait a minute. You really think Erasmo had sex with a student in a car?" You know, really would think about it. But anybody out there that automatically hates you is going to believe that kind of crap, which is more power to you. Then when it comes out that you're proven wrong, they're proven wrong, as they just shove it in their face. But again, guys, ultimately, it's a personal accountability, personal responsibility for everyone out there to do the right thing. Do the right thing, because good things are happening and greater things are going to come with these people or without these people. Doesn't matter. It's going to happen. Este, it would be great for all of us to work together and to get stuff done. But still going to get done. What do you offer suburban women to win their votes? Let me tell you, I offer them the truth. That's it, the truth. I offer them not to lie to people. You may not like a lot of my points of view, but I will always give you my opinion. With that said, I will always support the community in what they want to move forward. So what I can offer you is I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to bullcrap you around. I'm not going to jugarte el dedo en la boca. What you see is what you get. And that, my friends, you do not get from any other candidate
I
running
would
for
give
office.
you a more straight answer, and it would just eliminate the whoever's the other person. I like Erasmo is willing to answer the phone at any time. Other people will not take your call at all,
No,
nor return your voicemails or anything.
saca el dentist. I sent him a message this morning. Sam, any plans for the weekend
I was hoping to go fishing,
today?
but they say they only go at 8 in the morning, so I had to cancel that. I'll
Yes.
probably go into Monday.
So I'll see you at church tomorrow.
I'll see what's happened
Stop
tomorrow night, maybe.
tomorrow night. Stop by at 6. We'll go out to eat afterwards. And
Toscafín, oye, Toscafín.
¿Desde cuándo acá estos cafinos?
I don't know.
Yo te conocía de Brownsville Coffee Shop allá.
the brother comes about Wowies.
Sí. De repente estos cafinos, nada porque viene gente de Monterrey. Óigame, no.
Tratarlos bien. No, guys, there's a lot of great stuff happening. A lot of great stuff happening in Brownsville. A lot of great stuff happening.
Yeah, because I even know that you guys even do stuff over there in Monterrey too, right? Like, weren't you hoping the churches over there?
We
Oh,
were.
yeah.
Yeah, we actually bought a terreno for the churches over there. We
Yeah.
helped
I remember all that stuff
build
vaguely,
the
but I
different
remember.
places. And again, guys, people can accuse us of being anything and doing anything that they want. The money's invested, and we could show it 100%. And again, anyone who wants to see the bank statements, they can see bank statements. We're not going to steal from ourselves. And let me tell you, and again, 75%, 80% of the offerings is given out there is given by my family. Simple as that. And
That is true.
I'm not trying to lavarnos or anything. But why would I steal from myself? Why would I take from myself? I mean, all I have to do if I wanted to steal is just keep this envelope, just keep it for myself and go out there and give a dollar or two and say I was out of town. I'm not going to steal from myself, because if I steal, I'm not really even stealing from myself. I'm stealing from God. It's just that simple. That's what we've been taught. So again, everything is there, and there's a lot of great stuff that can be done for the community, for kids, for everyone out there. Just gotta stop getting off our high horse and start getting to work. Start getting our hands dirty.
Yeah.
Guys, have a great weekend. See you at church tomorrow. Anyone that wants to go, we have church service at 10 o'clock in the morning and at 6 o'clock at night. Uh, Guys, it's always good to have balance. It's always good to be in touch with this your spiritual part. And if not, we'll be back on Monday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Do you offer to subsidize women to raise their babies? It's not my responsibility, Papa. It's not my responsibility. It is the couple's responsibility. To protect themselves, to not have children, and if they have children, to raise those children. It's not my responsibility, and it shouldn't be government's responsibility either. Guys, have a great day. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer. Still believe in all that crap. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. God bless.